Hey everyone, I'm Dee. Today I'm going to give you the 5 best cities to retire to in Delaware. As a baby boomer, one of my goals is to help other baby boomers and Gen Xers find a good, cost-effective, and safe place to spend our retirement years. One of the main things that I look for when choosing a best city is good access to medical care. Whether we like it or not, at some point, even if we're in really good shape, we'll count our PCP as a good friend. For that reason, I will only suggest towns or cities with a low crime rate, decent cost of living relative to the state, because a good median home price in Delaware is not going to be the same as, say, New York, and that there is good access to doctors, dentists, and at least one hospital within a short drive. Since we're all looking for something different in the city and state we retire in, my plan is to help you figure out if Delaware is a good fit for you. First, however, a little about Delaware. Delaware became the first state to ratify the Constitution in 1787. It is also the second smallest state by size, hugs the Atlantic coast, runs only 96 miles long and 39 miles wide, and has just 3 counties: Newcastle, Kent, and Sussex. Delaware is considered to be the most tax-friendly state in the U.S. In addition, it has been named the most tax-friendly state for retirees. People retiring in Delaware will enjoy lower taxes on their income, sales, and property. The state does not have a sales tax or inheritance tax, and your Social Security benefits are tax-exempt as well. As for Delaware stats, they're not the best and not the worst. They're the 18th highest crime rate state. They're number 15 for best states for health care, which is actually good. They're number 29 in infrastructure, number 17 for fiscal stability, and number 33 for crime and corrections. The 3 most common natural disasters to occur in Delaware are hurricanes, winter storms, including freeze events, and floods. While no hurricane has ever directly hit Delaware, many have landed in nearby states. These hurricanes can cause lots of damage to Delaware from high winds, heavy rains, and flooding. While hurricanes can cause severe damage, winter storms are more likely to cause damage in the state. Delaware has declared a state of emergency twice due to severe winter storms, once in 2010 and once in 2016. As for floods, flooding disasters are common in Delaware. Currently, 9.4% of properties in Delaware are at substantial risk of flooding. By 2050, this number will increase to 11.3%. The 4 cities most at risk of flooding are Bethany Beach at 97%, Lewis at 47%, Ocean View at 38%, and Millsboro at 23%. All right, on to my top 5 picks. Top pick number 5, Milton, Delaware. Milton is a town located at the head of the Broadkill River, which empties into the Delaware Bay. The population in Milton is rapidly growing and has increased by 55% since the 2010 census. Milton has a population of 3,189 residents. The cost of living is 9.9% higher than the national average, while the crime rate is 2.7% lower than the national average. There is access to doctors, dentists, and one hospital within 10 miles. The median home cost is $195,000, and their annual snowfall is 12 inches per year. Milton is located in a relatively rural area. Like many Delaware towns, it prospered through shipbuilding and shipping. Milton is a classic example of life in a small historic town and has an extensive Victorian home district. It comes complete with a charming ice cream parlor. For those who are interested, 22% of the population is 45 to 64 years old, and 16.8% are 65 years and older. And on to top pick number 4, Camden, Delaware. Camden is a town in Kent County and is part of the Dover Metropolitan Statistical Area. The population is 3,786. The cost of living is 3.8% lower than the national average. The crime rate is 4.3% lower. The median home price is $321,000. The access to medical care is pretty good. There is one hospital within 3 miles and one more within 15 miles. The annual snowfall is 15 inches per year. 16.3% of the population is age 50 to 64. 21.1% of the population is 65 years and older. Camden was established in 1783 and was originally a Quaker settlement. Since Delaware is the first state, it comes as no surprise that the town has numerous historic properties, and part of it is designated as the Camden Historic District. Camden is close to the beach, so it offers plenty of outdoor activities and stunning views. The town is also home to quaint shops, has multiple dining options, and a thriving arts and culture scene. And I was happy to find that the Camden area has a stable economic base to go along with its rich history. And on to top pick number 3, Ellesmere, which is in Newcastle County and is part of the Wilmington metro area. The vibe in Ellesmere is quiet and peaceful with a sparse suburban feel. The population as of this taping is 6,167. The cost of living is 7.3% lower than the national average. The crime rate is 4.4% lower. The median home cost is $203,400. It has good access to medical care, including doctors and dentists. There are 4 hospitals within 5 miles. There is also a veterans hospital with 336 beds. The annual snowfall is 13 inches. 10.4% of the population is 65 plus, while another 15.3% is 55 to 64 years old. With almost 26% of the population being older, it should be relatively easy for baby boomers and Gen Xers to make new friends if you do decide to retire to Ellesmere. Another plus to Ellesmere is that it offers a lot of outdoor activities due to its abundance of parks and trails. If you enjoy spending a day at the state fair like I do, you'll be happy to know that Delaware State Fair is located in Ellesmere. Top pick number 2, Newcastle. Newcastle is located in the northern part of the state, is a suburb of Wilmington, and is situated on the Delaware River. As of 2020, the city's population was 5,551. The cost of living in Newcastle is 3.5% lower than the national average, while the crime rate is 5.3% lower. The median home cost is $336,000. There are plenty of doctors and dentists in Newcastle, and there are 5 hospitals within 7 miles. The annual snowfall is 12 inches per year. Newcastle is definitely a retirement community, as 17.2% of the residents are 65 years or older, and the median age is 51.7 years. Founded in 1638, Newcastle is a historical community and has many historical landmarks such as the Old Newcastle Courthouse, Fort DuPont, and Battery 519 Park. My research showed Newcastle to be a perfect blend of modern amenities, history, culture, beauty, and nature. It says a lot when locals post online about how much they love their community. People either seem to love where they live or hate it, and the residents of Newcastle love where they live. When I visit friends in the area, I plan to detour through this beautiful city and experience it firsthand. Before I move on to top pick number 1, I wanted to take a second to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It means a lot to me. If you enjoyed the video, it would help my channel if you like, subscribe, and comment. Now on to top pick number 1, Newark, Delaware. Newark is located in northern Delaware and sits on the Maryland border. Newark's population is 31,155, so a nice-sized city. Big enough to have all of the amenities, yet small enough that it doesn't take forever to get where you need to go. The cost of living is 3.5% higher than the national average, and for a city its size, that's really good. The median home cost is $326,000. The crime rate is 5.6% lower than the national average. There are 2 hospitals within 5 miles and another 4 within 12 miles. The annual snowfall is 13 inches. As for the age demographics for other baby boomers and Gen Xers, 10% of the population is 55 to 64 years old, and 12.1% of the population is 65 plus. For the history buffs out there, Newark was founded in 1694 by Scottish, Irish, and Welsh settlers, and schools have played a significant role in its history. A grammar school that was founded in 1743 in Pennsylvania moved to Newark in 1765 and became the Newark Academy. 3 of its very first graduates signed the Declaration of Independence. That 3 graduates became important historic figures is quite a feat. Newark is known for its green spaces, like Rittenhouse Park with its trout-filled creek. And on the outskirts of town is White Clay Creek State Park, which has miles of forest trails, and a 2-story stone mansion originally known as Chestnut Hill that was built in 1792. There's a path that circles Newark Reservoir, which offers spectacular views of the city, and a museum at the University of Delaware includes various art collections. In addition to green spaces within the city, fellow hikers will be happy to hear that Newark is surrounded by a large amount of public parkland, over 12,000 acres in fact. To the south is Iron Hill Park, to the west is Fair Hill Natural Resources Management, and to the north is White Clay Creek State Park. These parks offer an abundance of hiking, camping, mountain biking, horseback riding, and fishing, just to name a few activities. Those who enjoy dining and dancing won't be disappointed either, as Newark has plenty to offer in those areas as well. Newark is the whole package: safe, affordable, good access to medical care, plus a nice assortment of activities for a variety of preferences. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it enjoyable. Peace, positivity, kindness.